are you getting any level of vitamin C power from this formula, I would probably sit in the camp of not even a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. This is the Chemist Confessions podcast. I'm Gloria.
I'm Victoria.
And this is all the skincare science we talk about. I almost got you there. This is a podcast about all the skincare science. And to start, let's get into brand updates.
Yeah, so you might have heard last time, but holy crap, our new website.
It's up. It's beautiful.
It's up. It's functioning.
Yes.
We've had a few lovely individuals help us grammar check.
Thank you.
Bug check.
Thank you.
Y'all are angels, but we really hope you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully this one has a lot more of our personality embedded in the website. We really tried, and yeah, I don't know. We love it personally, so let us know.
Let us know. I think the funniest bug that someone flagged to me is when we were doing this, our developer got started early. We weren't done with all the copy on the website yet. So there was a part where it was totally my fault. We're writing something and we were writing so much that my brain short-circuited. So I just wrote in parentheses, I was like, insert link here when ready in all caps. I did not insert link. I was not ready. And that whole text got left on the website. Someone's like, I think it's not really a typo, but I think this needs to be
Hello.
Yeah, so if you're using our website and you catch something off with it, whether it's a typo, it's a functionality issue, please shoot us an email. We really appreciate it. And we give out a special surprise for those who catch a bug.
Catch a new bug.
Catch a new bug.
If you find the same existing bug.
Shame on us.
Yeah. We should also mention, and some of you have already seen, that our hatchery is open again. It has been rebranded to the Chemist Crew, but there are a few of you that have already signed up, and just know that we are loving it, and we are actually gearing up for a new hatchery pretty soon.
Yes.
So stay tuned for our new launch.
Yeah, and last but not least, we are recording this July 21st. I
Friday.
don't know my dates anymore because it's early in the morning. But we are gearing up for some back-to-school celebrations in August. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our email list. That's where we'll announce it whenever we're ready for it. So yeah, and that's it for the brand. And we'll get right into the news.
But wait, we have a new promo code for you guys. After the whole new site, new me, and our debacle with Chemist Coin not stacking, we have a new promo code that please use the promo code PODCASTSHIP for free shipping on your purchase. And this is actually stackable with any discounts you find.
Yes, so please use this. This is valid for expedited shipping as well. So even if your order qualifies for that free standard shipping, you can get your product sooner with this code.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for the news.
Woo!
All right. What are we starting with?
All right. So first things first is I think we've kind of neglected this for a few months now.
Sure.
At the beginning of the year, we're talking about trends and we were saying this is the year of hair stuff. Hair, like skinifying hair is the thing. And Victoria and I are like, we probably won't be talking about this too much because the two of us are like,
we're not hair chemists.
Yeah, nor are we big like fancy hair care users to begin with.
Yes. People were disappointed when they found out we use drugstore brands
on discount. But we have to mention this because patches, those microneedle patches, has now made it into the hair world. There is now a hair patch that you can use to get thicker, fuller hair, supposedly.
So this brand is called Better Not Younger, which is a great brand name. They came out with these patches called the Superpower Thickening Hair Patches. Basically, they are kind of shaped like little triangles, and the idea is that you can apply them specifically in the corners of your scalp area for that hairline. So I did a little math. They did a consumer perception study. Some of the data points they tout is 61% of women saw more baby hairs on the applied area after 12 weeks, which, to be honest, is not a bad claim. That's actually pretty normal. It usually takes about 12 weeks to really see any sort of hair growth result. But the thing where I'm like, I did the math on was how much would you have to spend? Because it turns out that each box you buy is about $80.
Mhm.
It comes with 14 pairs of patches.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually recommend you using it at least 4 times a week. So every
4
other day.
times. Wow.
So that would mean that you would have to use about 4 boxes. And that comes out to about $320.
I would say not cheap, but in a way, kind of on par with like on market treatments. Yeah.
So I thought about this and I was like, well, one of the other issues with a lot of these like hair thickness serums, you can't claim hair growth. That's a drug claim. So
Some people don't care.
no, some people do.
Some people are
Brands
like,
are
my
not
ginseng
caring right
root
now.
definitely grows hair.
I think they look at the FDA and are like, y'all aren't coming after me anytime soon. Y'all are like,
You're busy.
y'all are like 20 people.
Take care of sunscreens.
Yeah. Y'all got regulation stuff. Y'all got MOCRA, blah, blah, blah.
They don't got MOCRA. That's
They don't got
okay.
MOCRA. Yeah, y'all aren't coming for us anytime soon. So, yeah. But if you think about those hair serums, a lot of the issue is actual application because the formulas are runny and drippy and messy. So this is kind of a cleaner method.
I do kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, that's the math.
I think for me, the downside is like that's a very specific shape. Like I feel like that wouldn't really apply to my hairline.
Totally.
And my problem with my frontal hairline is I have a ton of baby hair up there. I don't know if more baby hair is what I'm going for in that area. But yeah, I'm sure if it's a success, they'll probably come up with different
Other
shapes and
shapes.
sizes, and kind of excited to see where this goes. I think there's a lot of like hair treatments on the market. I kind of feel that this is a whole area that's very exciting for a lot of people. But know that when there's a lot of excitement, there are a lot of bad players.
There's a lot of duds.
Yeah.
And all across all price ranges.
For
so it's a
sure.
little, I would say it's a lot harder to figure this one out because all of that is proprietary and patented and brand. It's all lies with the brand. So yeah.
And I will say, I feel the same way about this as a lot of other like more expensive at home treatments. If you have a trusty esthetician that can give you microneedling treatments for maybe just a little bit more expensive, that will probably give you better results in the long run.
Yeah, agreed. Also because we've witnessed it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. But patches continue. They're so hot right now. Right?
More patches.
More patches.
I don't have a rhyming clever line for that, but more patches.
More batches of patches.
More batches of patches. Yay! I'm actually not that excited about this, so I don't know why I gave it enthusiastic yay.
All right, let's talk about Hero.
Yeah, so Hero Cosmetics, you might know it as one of the pioneers of the acne patch. They definitely, acne patches have been around for a long time, but they're definitely a brand that made it very popular. So of course they've been launching acne products all this time, and now they are dipping their toes into anti-aging.
Yep. So they are launching a retinol patch. And this patch, it's kind of this like hot dog looking shape. And they plan to use it for like, they recommend like under eye, they also have it across the forehead, your frown line.
Boy, do we need that.
Sometimes Gordon and I look at each other and we're like, we just pat that area a little bit to calm down.
Yeah, I used to think I'm like, I don't know. I make a lot of facial expressions, but I feel like doing this, there's definitely quite a few email series I've read, and they try to just see my eyebrows coming together into a unibrow of like, WTF, mate?
You just need an extended feather where you're like, there. Yeah. So, yes. So 6 patches come in a box for $25.
So not very pricey.
Not super pricey. However, they do recommend using it 2 to 3 times weekly.
Oh.
And
That adds up.
will also show their before and after, which is not a formal before and after because lighting and everything's all off. And it also says after one use, which also this lady could have read an email series. And then in after one use did not read the email series.
Yeah, I feel like the first one, she got tired of that 18,000 like Russian spam bot. And then the other one after that is they install CAPTCHA and they no longer get spam bots.
This is not a personal anecdote at all. Yeah, so I think for me, my question would be like for all of the listeners and viewers is like, how do you guys feel about a patch like this? Because for me personally, I can't justify, I actually find it quite expensive because if you need to use it 2 to 3 times a week, you're buying a box every other week for $25. And how does that compare with your actual retinol product? I don't think I'll be giving mine up, but I'd love to know what other people think.
Actually, that's a great point. And I think it's positioned really well because $25 it doesn't feel that expensive. But like Victoria said, if you really want to see the efficacy, then you are forking over a lot more money. And with 6 patches, you might have more than one problem area you want to target. And I'm guessing you're going to do it in pairs. No one wants to find out that it works really well on one half of their face. So that box goes through really, really fast.
Yeah.
And I will say, we've talked about this a few times. A lot of these active patches, we tend to raise our eyebrow a little bit because these qualities aren't created equal. Chances are what you're getting is not what you think of in terms of like the depth, the delivery mechanism might not check out. So,
Yeah, so I think like, you know, in terms of patches, we put them with sheet masks. These are great ancillary, you know, kind of like nice to do for yourself products.
Yeah.
Do we see these as a staple yet? No. This is definitely separate of the acne patches, but yes, so that's our general take, I would say. But yeah, patches are a thing, and
Patches are so hot
we're going
right
to
now.
see a lot more because everyone moved on from the jelly patches. And I guess now we're about adhesive patches. We'll probably go back to jelly patches in a couple years. So
I don't love jelly patches just because the under eye jelly patches, usually by the time I'm done, it ends up on my cheeks and then on my shoulders.
And then they do that splat.
Hot.
Yeah. All right. Cool. L'Oreal's doing a study.
Yes. L'Oreal is a giant multinational corporation that Victoria and I had the complete pleasure of working for way back in the day.
The tone, Gloria. Oh my God.
What? Does it not sound genuine? Anyway, but when it comes to big multinationals, it comes with big dollar bills to do some really cool studies, actually.
Yep. So they are joining up with a company called Verily and doing a 18-month study. It's a very long study. This will help researchers better understand the biological, clinical, and environmental factors that contribute to skin and hair health over time. They're looking for women anywhere between the ages of 18 and 70 from various ethnicities, social backgrounds, with diverse skin and hair attributes, to privately share their experiences on skin and hair health. They want to understand the role of lifestyle, environment, wellness, and your personal beauty routines and how that impacts beauty. So that's the study.
I think that's kind of cool. And I don't know, in the article we don't know how many women they're recruiting. I'm guessing it has to be massive.
A lot.
If you're talking about a study, and this is more survey-based, these women aren't coming in to get their skin clinically measured. So that means the sample size has to be humongous in everything you can think of. So if you're talking about age range, you might want at least like 50 to 100 in an age range, 50 to 100 in every ethnicity, every skin type, oily, acneic. So all of that compounded, I'm guessing to do well, you probably need to recruit at least like 1,000 people.
Also, what poor L'Oreal soul is going to have to compile that data and make sense of it? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Poor. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Let us know.
Yeah. I should say that you can definitely sign up if you'd like to participate. Like Gloria said, it is a survey. I believe that you take pictures through your mobile. There is compensation available. I
want to sign up.
Found out that you're roughly going to get about $100 for the 18 months.
Combined total? $100?
Yeah, I think it's like something like $10 per form you fill out throughout the 18 months, and then like the initial surveys is like $20. So yeah.
I can't even get fried chicken once a month for the 18 month. Like,
yeah. So yes, they're going to focus more on preventative care, and it definitely feels like a growing category. Just because the awareness around skincare and the benefits are growing, and users are like, okay, it's not about tackling the now, it's about getting ahead of it. So that should be kind of interesting.
When I read the article, I was like, oh, that's exciting. Because, like, honestly, like, unless you have some deep pockets, you're not going to spend the money on an 18-month study.
Yeah.
But then you look at the methodology, and I wonder, I was like, what can you really take away from this? Especially when with survey-based studies, there's a lot of human error. And if you think about it, how many of you listening to the podcast right now has the same routine 18 months ago to now?
Yeah.
So in terms of the takeaway from these studies, it's kind of, I'm unsure. But then again, this article also didn't get into the specific methodologies. So we'll keep our eyes open.
Yeah, for sure. Otherwise, we have some uplifting news.
All right. I think it's been a while since we talked about sustainability news with actual things that you and I can all
hope
do.
and concrete actions.
Yeah, I think for those of you curious, on topic of sustainability and skincare, check out our dedicated blog post. We went into a lot of like, unfortunately, gray areas. I know a lot of people are looking for, here's what we can do, here's what we're doing, and let's call it a day. But a lot of things are still like honestly ongoing. But Sephora has kicked off a really exciting initiative in this department.
Yeah, so Sephora is teaming up with a company called Pact, and they are launching an initiative called Beauty Repurposed. And what this means is you can actually bring in a lot of your cosmetics into Sephora's, and they will recycle it for you. So previously, we've known about TerraCycle and how they were teaming up with Ulta to try to do some sort of closed loop program that actually involved reusables. Didn't really see that come to fruition.
Yeah.
But this time, Sephora just wants to take in all of your packaging material. The exciting part is it doesn't actually have to come from brands that you purchase from Sephora, which is usually how that goes for TerraCycle. It's brand by brand. I did a little digging, but if you're curious about what you can bring in, it can be anything from your ceramic porcelain containers, your caps, pumps, droppers, which droppers was really interesting, your lipstick tubes, mascara tubes, and wands. So this is, they're really taking the gamut of packaging. And I did try to look at what you can't actually bring in. Obviously, anything that could just go into your home recycling, they'd rather you just do it there. Anything that has plastic and foil safety seals, if you're thinking about like your sheet mask baggies, your nail polish and remover, they say these we can't take in. But we are really excited about this because they really do, the breadth of material that they take in is so much wider. And one of the biggest issues with cosmetics is a lot of these packaging are multiple materials. And it's why so much of that you always feel like you can't recycle, but it looks like they're actually going to spend that time to break down into the components.
I feel like this program is really exciting because it's coming from within cosmetics, right? You're going to know this a lot better than a general recycling company that's looking at these multimedia mixed packaging and they wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool that from the industry, they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So check out your local Sephora. I'm not sure if this is in every store quite yet, but it looks like it's on their website, so it's definitely going to be launched throughout. But otherwise, let's just get right into the decodes because, Gloria, what are we decoding today?
Yeah, we are decoding 2 body products, and you might wonder, are we doing this again? Because we just did an episode on body products.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I was like, next. I've heard this episode before. but wait. So next meet's episode, we're doing a deep dive into the non-ascorbic acid vitamin C products. And while I was doing research for that episode, I realized, vitamin C and a lot of actives are now making their way into body products. So we're going to take a closer look at 2 products that has vitamin C in their body line.
I just have one anecdote is I love how vitamin C is now just like, let's just see what things we can put vitamin C in. Because we also had an episode where we're like, look at all these different formats vitamin C is coming in, sticks and masks and all sorts of stuff. And now it's like body. So I guess this is the weird new niacinamide.
Keep an eye out for vitamin C in your next foundation. Like, it's gonna happen.
It's there actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there are. I think Ilya has one. We're doing a lot. Anyways.
Exciting.
All right. So first product.
We have InBeauty's body product. This ingredient list is actually really aggressive because if you read their claims, you're not gonna know it's a body product. It reads like a face product. So InBeauty claims 7% AHA BHA acid blend that has lactic glycolic and mandelic and willow bark. And then it has a 5% kojic tranexamic vitamin C blend to visibly reduce dark spots and hyperpigmentation. And then it has 4% niacinamide and papain to visibly smooth away rough bumps while strengthening skin's natural barrier.
It's also like niacinamide and papain is a very weird pairing. I just find that very strange.
Even in communications, right? It's like, we don't know what to do with this enzyme, but
moisture barrier and exfoliation.
Yeah, cool. That they work together. So,
I guess we should dive into some of these numbers. First thing being the 7% AHA BHA acid blend. We'll share the ingredient list here, and you'll see how After 5 ingredients, your water, your oils, dimethicone, and your shea butter, you hit glycolic acid, niacinamide, and lactic acid. After that, then you get to arginine, allantoin, tranexamic, and just a whole train of what feels like active vomit.
Yep. Oh, it is active vomit. It literally goes allantoin, tranexamic acid, ascorbyl glucoside, skips on functionals, kojic, willow bark, alpha-arbutin, mandelic, licorice root extract. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. So we would probably say that the 7% AHA and BHA is really more the AHA part with your glycolic and lactic acid.
That's what's driving the main efficacy of this product. It is fairly high up, so it's glycolic acid forward. I wager there's probably at least maybe 4% of glycolic in there to make that 7% total.
And then your kojic and your tranexamic acid. Tranexamic is slightly higher. And then you have your vitamin C blend also in this 5% with ascorbyl glucoside. So this is just a very random trio of, and I generally percentage-wise is...
That one made me raise my eyebrows a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, 5%? Based on where it is on ingredient list, I'm like, how did you get 5%?
Yeah. So anyways, we'd probably say that, like Gloria said, the driver here is the 7% AHA and BHA. Everything, once you get to the arginine, allantoin, all of that, this is when things start getting very mysterious. So what we would look at is we would really consider this more an exfoliating product than anything else, despite using kojic and tranexamic acid, which is more like for hyperpigmentation.
Right. So I will also say that you might look at the active claims and you think, wow, that's really potent. I can probably use this for my face. Would you?
How badly do I need exfoliation?
I think the ingredient list is definitely very, very aggressive for body products. And I will say, of all the body products we've decoded, if you're really trying to smooth out skin and treat it with something nicer, I would say this isn't a bad one to try at all because it is more packed than your average body product. I would say I personally wouldn't use this to replace any face product, and especially not if you have oily skin, just because if glycolic lactic is at 7%, it has a very high level of shea butter, which is nice and nourishing.
Dimethicone, and weirdly enough, PMSQ.
Yeah, which is a texture powder. Yeah, so I would say this the texture might be a little heavy-handed for face as well.
Yeah. We should also say, the 4% niacinamide papain, obviously, we're looking at the niacinamide to carry this blend together.
Yep.
Also, don't forget to sunscreen with the AHAs. So, yeah, generally, I would say, remember how we said this was a vitamin C product? It's not a vitamin C product. It's really an exfoliating product.
Yeah, for sure. Where ascorbyl glucoside is chilling on the ingredient list, it's chilling.
It's chilling.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so that's one type of vitamin C products. Just throw every inky at the wall and hope it sticks.
Yep.
Let's move on to the second one.
Next, we have Isle of Paradise Vitamin C Body. This one's a little different. The Isle of Paradise Brilliantly Bright Body Polish Scrub with Vitamin C. It is a scrub, so this one isn't a lotion like the other one. It has a lot of really cute little pineapples and fruity colorings. I really love it. But the main ingredients they claim in this product have vitamin C, niacinamide again, and also hyaluronic acid. So let's take a closer look at the ingredient list.
So I'll just read a few. You will see water, perlite, glycerin, cetyl alcohol, stearic acid, niacinamide, castor seed oil, a lot of other functionals, more functionals. You've got some hydrogenated castor oil, sodium hyaluronate, shea butter, citric acid, ascorbic acid.
Oh,
and some other stuff.
There it is. There it is. I see you. So ascorbic acid. If you follow us for some time, you'll know that we heart ascorbic acid. It's our favorite form of it. Are you getting any level of vitamin C power from this formula? I would probably sit in the camp of not even a little bit. Yeah, it's there for the ride, for the claim. It's probably balancing the pH of the formula more than it's giving you any actual skin benefits.
Yeah.
So that's it.
So actually, what we should say, what this actually is perlite actually can give you that scrubby kind of mechanical exfoliation, and that being the second ingredient in the list. we would say this is a mechanical exfoliating product with niacinamide.
Yes, you might get some niacinamide benefits because it is fairly high up on the list. Of course, it's a nice little scrubby. Yeah, you're not getting vitamin C benefits here.
So really what we came here to tell you is this is not a vitamin C body product Decode. This is just another exfoliating body product Decode. Yeah, we really tried.
Yeah, so we'll say body. We're not saying that it's necessary to have a bunch of actives in your body per se, but I think it's about setting expectations.
Totally.
You can tell that body is starting to make more aggressive claims. They're starting to tap into the actives route, starting to claim things like to claim things beyond texture, even the pigmentation, everything else. And I just think because it's early in any field, when they get into like basically reaching for traditional actives to make a claim, be a little bit skeptical.
Yeah. Again, like last time we said, body products don't come with a lot of testing.
Yeah.
Barely any.
Yeah.
So, you know, of the two, obviously the In Beauty body is probably something we would gravitate more towards unless we are actually actively looking for a mechanical exfoliator. But even then, like, it's not always clear what the actual goal and delivery and performance will be. So this is where body, Gloria and I always feel like it takes a lot of layers to uncover to really understand what these actually do on top of just like either hydrate or exfoliate.
Yeah, and I will say, just keep your expectations in check. There's nothing wrong with these products as an chemical exfoliating lotion or as a scrub, but the pigmentation claims and whatnot, honestly, I have like burn marks and I have some scarring on my body that honestly I don't really care about. But if I were to really care about trying to make those imperfections better, I would use my face product on those spots. Yeah,
actually. And we should also say, because we are also on the business side of things, it is very expensive to create like a face product, a true face product for body. So there is a reason to why like you may feel like, oh, it feels so lackluster, or maybe is an afterthought in general skincare, but because it's actually just because the volume is just impossible unless the consumer is really willing to pay for it. So that's the flip side in, you know,
for sure.
Speaking from a brand angle, but otherwise. Yeah, that's it. That's for the decodes.
That's it. So let's wrap this episode up with some Q&As.
All right, let's do it. All right, we got a question from Azia Harpin. Sorry, I did not read that correctly.
So our friend here asked on Instagram she's like, do you guys care to share what exotic plants erase wrinkles? And she had a little smiley emoji, and it was very tongue-in-cheek, but I was like, that's actually kind of a great question all around. So yes, there's a lot of outrageous claims out there with exotic plants that's hand harvested by virgins on a full moon, and we always make fun of those claims. But there are some plants out there that have some pretty decent data.
Yes, and what we should say is head to the blog.
Yeah.
So the reason why we poke fun at these exotic plants is it is case by case, source by source, how they process these ingredients. And that's why it's like very painful for us. And this actually started probably our whole chemist confession journey was to explain how a lot of these exotic plants are just that shiny story, but aren't the actual real carriers. So anyways, all in all to say, head to blog and read all about it.
Yeah, there is a lot of confusion in this category because it's so vast. I'm sure everyone's like, wait, hold on. This is the next like miracle fruit with 10,000 times the vitamin C of
me babasu oil,
me kakadu plant. Now fight. But yeah, head on to the blog to see some good ones that have good clinical testing. That is by no means like the end all be all comprehensive list, but sadly it's just such a vast world that we can't possibly have everything, but there are some hot ones in there.
For sure. All right, our second question we got from our friend Roman. He asked, I've been told that I must use a vitamin C serum under my sunscreen. Why is that? Is it because it boosts the protection? Yeah, so you probably heard that the perfect pairing is with your sunscreen, maybe because it's daytime active. But actually, no, not necessarily that it boosts protection. It's that if you refer back to our previous episode, we talk about how Dr. Pinnell did the testing to show that in order for your vitamin C to work for you and go quench all those free radicals from the sun, you should be applying it before you go out. If you apply it after, it's not going to do anything. So
yeah, it's not.
That's why.
The damage, once it's done, it's basically done. It's definitely the ultimate preventative care. if you're someone that uses vitamin C at night, don't worry about that. You are still getting that protection because vitamin C's potency and absorption lasts longer than like the 8 hours you sleep at night. Do you get 8 hours? It's wonderful. I don't know why. Oh my God, what's the last time I slept 8 hours?
When you said that from your lips, your body was like, ooh.
What's that like? But yeah, you don't. I feel like it's a lot of confusion around skincare trends. It's definitely that culture we're in now, where everything has to feel clickbaity.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this came from someone saying, you must use vitamin C or else your sunscreen is not worth shit and you're actually frying your face and you don't even know you're aging 1,000 years a day.
Yeah.
I mean, vitamin C is there to help. It's there to help prevent excessive photo damage, for sure. But I feel like that lingo of you must use vitamin C under your sunscreen to me is kind of like,
yeah,
oh, okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, it's not like you have to pair these two together specifically.
Or
it's
your
just,
sunscreen is shit.
Yeah,
like, no.
exactly. So anyways, that's the end of our Q&A and the end of this episode. Where can they find us, Gloria?
You can find well, for a hot second there, I thought you were just, I was like zoned out. I was like ready to.
Do you want me to do it?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You want to ask me? Ask me.
And that's it for this episode. Victoria, what can they find us?
You can find us at our Instagram at chemist.confessions. You can write to us with your burning skincare questions at info@chemistconfessions.com. Check out our website as well at www.chemistconfessions.com. And we do have a TikTok account with some of our reels, but do not DM us there because we will not respond.
Yep. We will see you guys all next week. It's gonna be a dense one on all the vitamin C derivatives.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's wild.
All right, cool.
See
Enjoy,
ya.
guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.